Ghost University. In my next couple of videos, I'm going to talk about aliens and demons and or fallen angels, and I'll show how demons and fallen angels slash aliens share some common characteristics, okay, like things that overlap about them. The biggest one just being that the Lord said you should test the spirits. And when I hear that, I think about things I can't see. And maybe even if I can see it, I still want to test what the spirit slash demon or even the angel, if someone feels like an angel came to them, the thoughts that those things express to me, I want to test them against the scriptures that the Lord gave me, or else I won't know what those entities are trying to tell me or where they came from. Ultimately, I want to hear them agree with the scriptures, and if they don't, then I'm not listening to them, especially if I can't see them. So let's listen to these people talk about the aliens that they know and or recognize. And there is a guy who's going to say he was told he'll be the leader of like an intergalactic planetary government. Okay? And I don't believe that. But I do believe the powers that be, as in the devil and his followers, are trying to get people ready to receive some sort of alien slash demonic entity on the planet. And they're working rapidly towards that as we speak. Okay, like they want it to look like, they want people to imagine the universe to be like Star Wars, Star Trek, and any other thing you can think of that has aliens living on other planets or humans living on other planets, whatever you want to call it. Okay? And they told this guy that he'll be the leader of that movement. There have been other people to hear it as well, but I'm going to let the video start so I don't have to let this segment carry on too long.
I had quite an amazing experience one Saturday morning while I was washing up some dishes. I had a voice, quite definitely a voice out of this world, say to me, "Prepare yourself, you are to become the voice of interplanetary parliament."
You became a channel for the transmission of messages from cosmic intelligence.
Yes, that's right.
So this guy says he'll be the leader of a interplanetary committee. And so he is also the channel for the aliens to speak through. But don't allegedly so called dead people have to be channeled by the living to speak through them? That's weird to me that both demons and aliens and or fallen angels or the dead have to be channeled to speak through someone, or they choose people to speak through. And I go with the Bible when it says test the spirits. You have to test the things you can't see. Because that guy said he didn't even see it. It just spoke to him out of nowhere. And he was like, hey, all right, okay, I guess this is my mission. And in a few minutes, they're going to show him in sunglasses. And throughout many things I've seen, the guys in sunglasses are always the illuminated ones. Like they're hip to the subject matter of what's going on. And he looks just like Agent Smith. But I'll let you guys see it. But he definitely looks like Agent Smith from The Matrix.
never before has the energy invoked by the simple expedient of prayer been stored in a physical container so that it could be used at any time. And that's the whole essence of Operation Prayer Power.
I see it as an opportunity to just let out all my feeling to help save the world.
Once the prayer is stored in the battery, we are able to release it and send it to hold off disasters and help in humanitarian crisis situations. We've used it in the past to move hurricanes and to aid peace talks that prevent nuclear war and the destruction of our planet.
Okay, so let's tackle a couple ideas here. One of them was that they have a prayer machine, and that prayer machine harnesses all of, the little singing and stuff, or the murmuring, or whatever it is that they're doing, the humming that they make, and they can send it out to stop disasters from happening. Where is the intelligence coming from that lets them know that they stopped a nuclear war or nuclear attack, that they moved a hurricane somehow? Where are they getting that information from? I'm curious to know that. When I hear people say stuff like that, they need a reporter there to ask, well, how exactly did the machine do that? And how are you now aware that the machine worked in your favor? Because did they try and stop 9/11? I'm just curious, But did they try and hold off Vietnam? Did they stop Vietnam? Did they bring soldiers home? What about the attack on the World Trade Center? What about Columbine? He's pretty willy-nilly with the things that they send their prayers out to stop. And like I say, where's the intelligence at to let them know that when they aid in peace talks that worked? Like, are they sending representatives there to do that? Oh, wait, no, they're just using the machine. Okay, well, I don't believe this machine. And then also they want to talk about saving the world. It's their part to do in saving the world. Unfortunately, the only person who can save the world is Jesus Christ. Now, they have their hearts in the right place, and that's fortunate. But the unfortunate thing is chances are that machine isn't working. And if they're just putting prayers out there willy-nilly, like how are they doing this? Where are they sending those thoughts to? How do they know beforehand where to send them to? And I just overall think that this whole thing is a scam for the new age, and for when aliens finally show their face, people can be ready to accept them. But like I always say, I believe that aliens will be demonic in nature, because aliens and demons share philosophies in common.
You are liable to upset the balance of your Earth through, number one, atomic experimentation, and number two, your deviation from the spiritual laws.
Here's the Agent Smith guy. And it is really amazing that he looks, for real, like just throw him in the Matrix and call it good. Because he'd be up in that mud fighting Neo. But while he's in this trance or whatever that he's in, because they're channeling through him, notice he has his sunglasses on. And I'm going to say maybe he wears those sunglasses because he doesn't want you to see his eyes. Because if you saw his eyes, you might think that something was really wrong with him. Or dare I say that he's being possessed at the time, so he can talk to you. But he says that the aliens are speaking through him. They say that they're upset with the Earth because the Earth has nuclear war. And then he also followed it up with, we're not abiding by religious moral codes and laws, right? Well, whose religious moral codes are we supposed to be following? The one of the scriptures in the Holy Bible? Is it Islam? Is it Buddhism? Which one is it? Somebody needs to let me know because I'm confused. What morals are they asking us to follow? Because all morals in every religion aren't good, or at least they aren't things I would follow. You know, the Church of Satan has been recognized by the U.S. government as being a real religious institution. So, I mean, who are we following? Whose moral laws and codes does he want us to follow?
Part of our evolution is to learn how to get out of this mess that we're in. But other beings can help guide us. Lord Buddha is a cosmic master from Venus. Sri Krishna was a cosmic master from Saturn. The Master Jesus is a cosmic master from Venus.
The man talking now he was a former reverend, or so the title states. He's a retired reverend. And so his message is that we have to evolve and figure this thing called life out so we don't destroy ourselves and go into oblivion, right? So why is it that they won't let Jesus do his job? Well, the reason is because they think that Jesus and Buddha and Krishna and whoever else you want to name, the people looked at in the past as being the leader and head of a religion, are all the same. There's a man who wrote a book, David something or other, not David Icke, but David something or other. Anyway, he wrote a book called The Law of One, where, again, all these people are really the same. They're the same person, but they came in different forms at different times to lead the world to the next zenith before it moved on to the next highest zenith that we needed to achieve to move us along in the evolution of man. I don't believe that. I believe Jesus was who he was, and the rest of them cats, I don't give a damn about. No other religion do I really care about like that besides the one that I follow, because I believe it's the ultimate truth. And there's only one person who's going to get the world out of the trouble that it's in, and that's Jesus. So whoever they're talking to isn't Jesus. But look, they're getting ready to show you how they channel Jesus as well. And so they have a message from Jesus coming up.
To earth, so that she might be saved from imminent catastrophe. I ask you now, in these days, to give all that you can give.
Blessed are they who work for peace. Almighty Father of all creation, let your light flow through this world now. Let it shine into the hearts and minds of men.
The Aetherius Society is playing a really huge role behind the scenes. We have been cooperating with the Cosmic Masters.
He said that they've been working behind the scenes with the Cosmic Masters. And there was a woman named Alice Bailey who talked about the externalization of the hierarchy. The hierarchy, as she knew them or called them, were the ascended masters. And those masters were, for me, fallen angels. She also speaks about Lucifer. She makes reference to entities coming in and out of the world, to check on the world and make sure the world is ready to move on to the next place that it needs to be, spiritually, or should I say, not really spiritually, because it's not according to the scripture, but, spiritually, at least as far as her and that Luciferian doctrine is concerned, where they're getting the world ready. And so that's another thing that these people are doing. They're talking to the ascended masters, the cosmic masters, as they call them, preparing the world and moving the world in the direction that it needs to go for the Antichrist to appear. Now, in this video, they didn't mention them, but I bet if I went and looked at some material somewhere in there, they're going to talk about someone who's coming to set the world straight and make it better. Most religions aren't. I mean, technically, whether you're waiting on the Antichrist or Jesus to make his return. Most of these people are waiting on somebody. But right here at the end, they're also going to mention, if you don't believe in God, then believe in good. And the problem with that is who is defining what good is? Is it the God of the scriptures, or is it the God of Islam? Because for me, again, they're different. Are we letting the Pope and his gang of demonic doctrines lead the world to the next place that it's supposed to be? Whose method of good are we following? Again, with the Church of Satan, are we following their rules of what good is? Because their rules are do whatever the hell you want. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Do whatever you want. So we need to define what good is, or I should say even what the godly doctrine is for what people should be doing. Anyway, I've got another video about this guy who channels aliens as well. And he'll talk and tell us what it looks like to be someone who channels aliens, or as I say, demons, to speak through him. Ghost University.
To send out energy through our spiritual energy radiating equipment. We've sent thousands of prayer hours to uplift everybody's consciousness.
Still can you take part in the great adventure to lead the Earth as a unit towards sanity?
The most important thing is to just be of selfless service, because that's what the sun does. And look how great and mighty it is. It gives energy to the whole solar system. So maybe we could be like the sun one day if we just give and give.
And even if you do not believe in God, then believe in good, please. It's the same thing.